shaking and visibly in shock, eyes betraying suffering the mind cannot fathom.
They put a prod in our mouth and private parts and electrocuted us.
Such harrowing scenes repeat in hospitals every time Israel releases Palestinians taken from Gaza during this brutal war. Documented cases of torture and sexual abuse of Palestinian detainees have reached unprecedented levels, and human rights organizations say Israel is carrying out enforced disappearances of thousands in Gaza. Men, women, children, and elderly, people from all walks of life. Like Iyad, who worked in a supermarket in Beit Hanun in northern Gaza before the war.
The soldiers took shifts beating us. We'd ask for water, they'd shove sand in our mouths. I was tied and blindfolded the whole time. I didn't know who was next to me.
Iyad disappeared for 75 days, taken from one undisclosed camp to another.
At one point they told us to kiss the Israeli flag and then beat us before we could.
During that time, his wife Subhiye didn't know if he was dead or alive.
He came out a different man, physically and emotionally.
Shortly after her husband returned, Subhiye's 17-year-old son Jihad disappeared.
I hope he's detained. I know what goes on there, but at least he'd be alive. He can recover. We asked the Red Cross, but they tell us they have no information.
Israel has refused the Red Cross access to Palestinian detainees. Isa was released in May after 22 years in an Israeli prison. The last 7 months were worse than all those years combined, he tells me.
We're starved and beaten, stripped of everything. I lost nearly half my weight in those months. My father didn't recognize me. I was shocked when I finally saw myself in the mirror at home.
There were some captives from Gaza in the prison where Isa was held. We heard their cries, he says. He also heard the last words of Thaer Abu Asab, who was beaten to death by Israeli guards.
Tahir called out for his mom. We listened helplessly. I'm free now, but I almost feel guilty I survived.
Sheltering in Gaza's sea of tents, thousands of families permanently changed by loss, grief, and the torment of not knowing.
My son Jihad comes to me in my dreams. In them we cry together.
After losing everything, Subhiye and thousands of mothers in Gaza have nothing but hope to hold on to, for closure, in the form of a reunion or even a marked grave. Nooradi, Al Jazeera, Palestine.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.